I can't tell you how I know this, but I don't even think it's up anymore, but I was privileged to read what was briefly on today. They had plot outline of season 2 of Stranger Things, the hit show on Netflix. And there's some plot points. I don't know if they're going to use them or not, but you might want to, tune out if you don't want to know anything. And they're pretty shocking, actually. The first one being that Will, the kid who disappeared from the first one, has actually come back without his own genitalia. We find out later when he starts sitting down to pee. And his mom is like, why is he doing that? And eventually he starts to just, he doesn't want to go in the shower room with the boys after, he's got PE. And they take him to a pediatrician. They find out he now has a vagina and he is growing breasts. And this creates a really awkward situation. Winona Ryder's character also undergoes some drastic changes. She becomes addicted to sniffing household cleaner. And what I mean by that is, for some reason, and it might be the Upside Down doing this to her, she likes to spray Windex onto surfaces and just and she will do it until she passes out. And I think that's going a little far. Now, I know everybody wants to know what's going to happen with 11. Well, I found out she is still alive. She is in the woods. It turns out that she decided she had wanted to write poetry and just be left alone for a while. Now, how do they find her? It turns out, again, I don't know if they're going to use this. It turns out towards the end of season 2, what they're actually planning on doing is how they find her is that a bear starts skulking through the woods, several bears, and the town is overrun by bears and they don't know what's going on. Well, it turns out 11 is deep in the woods writing feminist poetry and she's gotten her period. And as we all know with 11, when she's telekinetic, everything is amplified with her. Do you understand what I'm saying? So her period essentially comes out like a crazed ocean of vaginal blood. And it draws all these animals from all around the Midwest through the town, causing chaos and destruction. All right, another plot point. It turns out that Barb is still missing and still nobody really cares. And she doesn't come back. There's flyers up we'll see throughout the season, but it's just like, basically they don't look for her because she's ugly. And, if she was a pretty girl, they would be having a search team and all that, and the kids come to that conclusion. A few of the other plot points: the black kid is accused of shoplifting on almost every episode, and I think that's horrible, and Black Lives Matter should do something about this. They shouldn't write this, and this is what I've read. I don't know if they're going to use it or not. And finally, we find out what the Upside Down really is, what this whole thing really is. Turns out the Upside Down is actually Oprah Winfrey's vagina. So from season 1 to season 2, every time they've entered, there is not only a government facility that has an entrance to Oprah Winfrey's vagina, but there's also a reason why you kept seeing those black flakes in the Upside Down. There's also, yes, there is a forest in Oprah's vagina, and also she has a yeast infection, a really bad one. That's all these it's like little vaginal pus flakes that have been floating around this whole time. And it's pretty horrifying and drastic. Not much else really happens. I mean, the sheriff explores his homosexual side and starts having sex with men and women. I think a surprise appearance by Jesus Christ is actually going to happen in the last episode. This is from the treatment I read. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm shocked. I'm appalled by some of these, but I'm also intrigued, and I'm eager to see what the Duffer Brothers are going to do next.